All right, we are in. No. Fan fiction is banned, allegedly. Okay, I can use my controller. I have done literally nothing here besides, what is it? Um, yeah, I've done literally nothing here besides making it windowed. I know about this game because a Let's Play channel that I watch featured it like 3 years ago, and I thought back then like, okay, I'm gonna play this so that I can then watch the Let's Play, and then I didn't. But we're back. We're gonna do it. Spoilers. Yeah, it's an Outer Wilds like apparently there are going to be spoilers. You know this. Fan fiction is illegal. Yeah, that's weird, right? Like, why? They like specifically singled out fan fiction as illegal. This is some Anne Rice shit, okay? Okay, fair, 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 fair. My bad, bummer. I have added spoilers. Too late, but I have added them now. Okay. Why does the cursor stay on screen while I move my mouse up? Whatever. Whatever. Okay, new game. So this is about ancient Rome. There's multiple endings. What do you want to bet? I'll get the worst one. Moon.
Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change.
No, I'm
So,
sorry, Belle.
wanna tell me who you are?
Who am I? Huh. I guess that one's closer to me. Sure.
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember?
Good night, Belle. Oh. Hmm. This is an RPG? Okay, so I'm an archaeologist, or a soldier, or a fugitive, or an amnesiac. Hmm. What are we thinking? I'm a fan of archaeologists, because that's why I'm playing the game. But if we have any other opinions. On the run from the law. We're going into the Roman Empire. Allegedly. So I don't know that that will help. Yeah, I'm gonna go
Oh,
through ancient
you're
ruins.
an archaeologist? Then you'll definitely want to hear this. I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for, but there are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in
Ow.
there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him. So I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him? If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please? Oh,
Ask
of
questions.
course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. What do you want to know?
Also, she feels like a higher res Nancy Drew model, right? Like the animations are awkward. And I'm not saying this is in like a mean way, just like it feels like a higher res Nancy Drew model. Damn, Death's Head, you're so fucking right. Who's Al?
He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not.
Multiple
But
people?
maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is.
If she had a nickel for every time someone came floating down the river and landed on this riverbank, she would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean?
What's your name, lady?
Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
Okay. Why?
Alright, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
Okay. I'm not going to address the memes. That seems like a bad idea. Thank you, Karen.
You're welcome. Always happy to help. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Where are we?
You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber.
No, Death's Head, what are you talking about? She looks way better than anyone in any of the Nancy Drew games. Which I guess, like, kind of puts her towards the newer ones, which are worse. But, like, you know, it's complicated.
Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. What am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me.
How unpopulated is Italy? What's going on here? I thought Italy had people in it.
Great. So you're ready to go look for Al?
I'm going in for the artifacts, but I'll keep an eye out for him.
Hero. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
Barb, that is not true. That is not remotely true. No, not at all. Like the games were in fact generally getting better until the studio collapsed and they made Midnight in Salem, and it's just like come on, outliers skew your correlation, right? That's why you can't trust it. Anyway, flashlight. Yep. Tip, use left stick, and left stick to move. And lower graphic settings. There we go. That's better. Ah, okay. This is crouch, not run. Left trigger is run. Flashlight. A lit torch. It must have been lit by Al. I'm going the right way. The first two Nancy Drew games were absolutely horrible. Although the first one only lasted like an hour and a half, so maybe that like made it less bad in a way. So can I can't. No. No. Let me jump into the river. What's that? I think that might just be the lower graphic settings. Unless it's strings. Is it strings? I think it's the lower graphic settings. Which, fair. I mean, water is hard to make look okay. Oh, this one does it fine, so maybe that is strings. Unclear. Oh, I'm being invisible walled. Okay, here we are. Al's backpack. Curious. Another lit torch. What's around here? An invisible wall. Okay.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves."
Showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place. I see. Dang it, I wanted to find things, but I guess...
in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place.
What?
Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? Could people have survived down there, against the odds? It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation. Or a warning. Al Worth.
What's that shiny thing? Oh, I guess it's a reflection of a light. That would make sense. Well, nowhere to go but forward. You know, who am I indeed? That's a good question. And who are all these statues? A godlike figure turning a man into gold. Is that what this is? Are you becoming gold? Are you? I think you're becoming gold. Is this safe for Twitch? Is this game safe for Twitch? These statues feel like spooked in some way. I guess in some very obvious way. Which doesn't necessarily make them spooky. It just means that they're spooked. Oh no. Maybe they are spooky. A Roman gladiator mid-stride. What could have made a gladiator flee? Spooky. I'm feeling spooked. Anyone know Latin? What's a cur hic esne? Oh? Okay. OBS got mad at me for a little bit there because it was my laptop must have been dying trying to read the thing or load the things. Young Roman woman, it looks like she was begging for her life. Begging with whom? This feels like some Midas shit. And I know Midas wasn't Roman, but feels like some Midas shit. Like Medusa, if Medusa were Midas. And... okay. Okay, we got our Kerbal Space Program quick saves. Yeah, that's... I don't think there's anything ISP-wise, it's just that this game, when it's loading, is a little bit heavy on my laptop. So, I don't like that I can move you. Scrambling away from something. Scrambling away from what? What was this? Where is Al? What are you looking at? In a state of terror. What were they all looking at? Spooks. This is very cool. And like feeling constrained by the cliff wall while also feeling unconstrained. This is like the Dark Souls 2, like the Sunken City or whatever it's called. Yeah, you don't look like a statue that a person made in the traditional sense. Appears to be praying for help that never came. Look, I was just following a guy. I'm here for artifacts. And now but I need to get out before I can show my artifacts to the scientific community. So, you know, not much I can do, really. Modern clothing. This is Al. Oh no. Oh no. Al. Al, what did you do?
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you'll suffer the same fate I did.
Al.
I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. And here there are only two options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, Took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now and find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Worrying. Thank you for your wisdom, Al, but we will enter that portal. Sorry, bud. I can hear you. Anyway, doorway into the past is spooky. I usually like my era of time the way it is. Personally. A little bit. Begging his gods for mercy. Yep. I'm close. Skeleton! Hello, Skeleton. Don't give up, Skeleton. Yeah, Stargate SG-1 feels accurate. Oh, hey, we made it! We're here! Woo! Cubes! Cubes. Cubes! Cubes. A great circular portal and 2 women. How do I know they're women? Can I tell that they're women? Because I guess my character can tell that they're women. I can't. Egads, you're alive!
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
Why are you British? The Shrine of Proserpina?
Yeah, you know, agricultural goddess of springtime? You're not from around here, are you? Oh, I see what you did there, changing the subject like that. Nice try, but I'll ask again. Who are you, and what were you doing in the shrine?
I'm just coming from the
No idea
future.
what you're talking about. Oh, wait. Are you a bit, you know, not right in the head?
Yes, but that's besides the point.
Everyone's welcome here.
What's today's date?
We sort of lose track of the date down here, but it feels like the beginning of spring to me, so I'd say early March?
No, like, yeah, what year?
It's 817 AUC. Sorry, you look confused. 817 years since the founding of Rome. Which part of the empire are you from, exactly?
This is before us. So, 65 in the Common Era.
CE? No idea what you're talking about. But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
And what are those laws?
Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule, and the punishment for breaking it's, well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming?
I want to make my own way. but fine.
Follow me. When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now.
Oh, hey, look, oh. Wait, is that Sky? That is Sky. Okay, that's a little, that didn't feel like it was Sky before. Where'd you go? Down here? Okay, cool.
Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your pretty new friend, Galerius?
Hi.
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking her to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Hi. Oh, okay. I'll be back, Aurelia.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it and her, if I were you. She's, it's not my place to say.
I would never steer clear of
And on
politics.
the right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
Cabbage and wheat are solid.
Shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... Well, you know, I don't know what happened to her.
Don't steal anything, don't hurt anyone, don't... Don't.
Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Galerius, you're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
Horatius is kind of a dick.
Just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy.
Hey, he feeds all of us.
My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
Alright, sure.
The only thing you really need to understand right now is the golden rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds.
Hey,
They
Orlov.
just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the golden rule is exactly 10 times worse.
Oh no.
Magistrate can explain the rest. Who's up these stairs?
Hello.
This place has become a thoroughfare.
Hi.
Ugh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want?
Who
I'm
are you?
Cynthia, eldest daughter of the magistrate. But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced properly. What are you doing in here? And why are you dressed like that?
Barb, I missed my chance to ask that question because I was too busy trying to figure out what year it was. Which is sad. I'm not from around here.
Really? I'd never have noticed, what with your flawless accent, appropriate attire, and impressive mastery of our customs.
I don't like her.
Now, remind me, why are we having this conversation?
Do you know a way out of here?
What is it with you people? You heard the rumor that my little sister escaped and figure I must know a way out too. Is that it?
I have heard zero rumors.
A stupid rumor. We have no idea what happened to Scintilla. I wish you mouth breathers would just leave me alone.
Would it be Scintilla or Sentia? I don't know how Latin does double L's. Can I help?
I don't know. Can you? Can you tell me how a person could have disappeared from a city with no exits and no crime? Was she snatched away by the harpies?
Harpies. Why are all your names also similar? I'm not asking that. When did you last see her?
It was 3 weeks ago. We ate our evening meal together, and I remember she seemed happy. In love.
No, Orlov, the thing
We went
is...
to our rooms, I went to sleep, and when I woke up, she was gone. That's it.
Orlov, the thing is, there's already an older bartender woman who has invited me to get invested into local politics. So, like, sorry, but jaded aristocrat? No, we don't need that. She was seeing
I
someone?
think so, yes. But she was very careful about keeping his identity a secret, even from me.
Why?
Because our father had plans to marry her off, eventually, and even a rumor about her attachment to some mystery man might have ruined those plans.
Okay, so Scintilla. Cool. Is it possible Scintilla? Is her lover
I
involved?
don't know, but it's been 3 weeks since she disappeared, and he hasn't come forward. That might speak to a guilty conscience. All I know is, whoever he is, he's still here in the city.
Hey, it could be her. How do you know that her lover is a man? SMH. Why are your names similar?
You really aren't from here, are you? All Roman women are named after their fathers. I think it's their way of branding us, like cattle to be sold at market. His family name is Sentius, so I'm Sentia because I'm the eldest. And my little sister is formerly Sentia Minor, but she is affectionately known as Scintilla.
Sentia Minor. Dear Lord. I'm not going to say that she looks relaxed about her sister's disappearance because she very clearly is not relaxed about her sister's disappearance. Come on. Alright, those are my
So
questions.
help me find her.
Yeah.
Thank you. You should probably take a look through her room. It's the one just by the front door. Maybe you'll find something the rest of us missed.
Prioritize the quest? I'll see what I can do.
Thanks. I'd appreciate it.
I do still need to... Okay. Golden
You know,
Rule.
some people say it's the creation of an all-seeing God who's watching everything we do. But what kind of an awful, incompetent God would let my sister go missing on his or her watch?
That's a good question. What was I thinking? It's called the Golden Rule because everyone's gonna get turned into gold when there's a fuck up.
Did you hear that? Curse you, you coward! Where is my sister? What do you have to say for yourself? No response. Nothing. That's what I thought.
Well, hey, you know, blasphemy doesn't break the Golden Rule, apparently.
I'm telling you, this mysterious god of ours has to be asleep on the job. Either that, or, like people are saying, it really is just a children's fable my father is exploiting to frighten us into behaving.
I guess we'll find out.
I suppose we will.
I'll be going now.
Right, another time.
Okay. I'm less mad at her now that she's clearly just distraught at the disappearance of her sister. Anyway, I guess we need to go up and see the magistrate now. Do I have like an investigation mode? I have a jump. Hippity hop.
finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name? A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of Athena. You must be a woman of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago.
It is pretty beautiful.
More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
That sounds shit, buddy. I don't want a city without sin.
Nor could I, until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what you can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grew more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
These questions will be available later. What counts as a sin?
An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined?
Crimes are an ill-defined wrong.
Everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder.
And you take taxes. How's that not theft?
To reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide?
Infidelity isn't a sin.
I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
Yeah, or love. See, okay, I figured it out. The way that the golden rule works is that everyone has McNukes. And so the McNukes, right? If someone fucks with you, you NAP them into oblivion, and then everyone NAPs everyone into oblivion, and then we win. But yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea, buddy. I'm not a fan of Roman law in a number of ways.
Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers. We have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean and beyond, from Gallia to Judea. All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same?
Treated the same isn't good, necessarily good.
And
Night,
when
Barb.
they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric?
Freaking, why couldn't this be in Han China or something? Anyway, there's no point. There's no point arguing with him about laws. I'm just gonna let this go, cause whatever. He's grown up under Roman law, so he thinks it's good. Whatever.
I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you.
I don't think it would work in any better in Han China, but it would be more fun because I don't know as much about Han China as I do about Rome. All right, what about Proserpina?
You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you?
Yes, I do. No, yeah, I'm from almost 2,000 years in the future.
2,000 years? That is unfathomable.
Hey, do you want to know what happened to Rome?
In your time, what did you see? What had become of us, of this city?
Yeah, I mean, the golden rule was applied.
I have imagined it, our downfall 1,000 times, but it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it.
All right, so what's about this ritual?
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina.
What did you
stumbled across
Oh, no.
inscriptions. I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals,
Oh,
some
no.
sacrifices involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future?
Are we sure that he sacrificed himself? What if he sacrificed Scintilla? What if he sacrificed Scintilla?
I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you?
I'll do my best. Maybe.
Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for.
Why can't you investigate?
Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election. The people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot.
Oh god, these people. I bet, freaking Italians. I'm gonna show him Andrew Cuomo, Orlov. That's what I'm gonna do. It's all over for him when he learns about Andrew Cuomo. Do you have any suspects?
Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore?
Sure.
What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
You think it's related to Scintilla?
Ah, so you know about that already. It's a devastating loss, of course, but that was over 3 weeks ago, and whatever happened to her, it didn't break the golden rule, so I don't think it's connected with our imminent demise.
Uh-huh.
Still, if you happen to find her and return her to me, I would be eternally grateful.
Well, see, Orlov, we do have evidence of one Italian who attempted to colonize the New World, and it was bad. It was real bad. Christopher fucking Columbus needs to get fucking... Okay. I'm not gonna ask him to prove his innocence. I'll have to find his innocence or his guilt. You know? Anyway, fair enough. Alright, will you help me get back to my time after?
If I understand Proserpina's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the golden rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
That sounds BS. Sure, but sure, why not?
Ah, good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the golden rule?
Doesn't seem like I have much of a choice.
No, I don't suppose you do. But I'm hoping that even if you're not burdened with a sense of self-sacrifice, you'll at least see the sense in self-preservation.
Sure.
Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it'll win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately.
We need to make sure we don't have theft, which is why I can authorize you to go and investigate everyone. Oh, buddy, you're such a statist.
Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
I'll see what I can do. Anyway, I need to go and investigate Scintilla. Or, investigate what happened to Scintilla. Uh-huh. The Lararium. Ah, okay, so a little shrine. I'm not gonna steal money yet. I'm gonna steal his money at some point. But for now, we just need to investigate. And money doesn't help a girl investigate. Oh, shit, I can... I didn't think the game would let me do that. Ow. Carrots are... purple carrots! Oh my gosh. Unpleasant cooking with poor... but... that's the servant's problem, buddy. I know, I'm only at half... I'm at less than half health. Or no, maybe more than half health, I can't tell. Alright, so we got some perfume. Uh-huh. Sculpture to of Mars. What do you mean known to the Romans as Mars? This is a Roman city. This is a sculpture of Mars. For being Roman, this game is very Greek. Especially since we're under the Tiber. Like, we're in the middle of Rome. Alright, some makeup. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Aw. Cute little makeup mirror. I want to read the diary entry last because I want to get as much information without. Oh, this is still Sentia, not Scintilla. Okay, she's got cash. Alright, and what does it say? Dear Diary, today my father suggested I write a diary as a way of keeping myself occupied while we all deal with the sudden and devastating disappearance of my sister. As a dutiful daughter, of course I shall oblige. The following pages contain my innermost secrets. I know you're reading this, Father. I may be young, but do not think me stupid. We're all entitled to our secrets. Love that for her. Okay. And is this Scintilla's room? An ink jar that's clearly been used. And there's the quill. Note from Scintilla. To Sanchez and Sentia, may comment to give you the strength to forgive me. I'm sorry to have to leave you this way, but I found a way to escape and I must take it. I hope to we meet again someday. Okay. That's a take item. I just did theft. Alright, another makeup jar. Another makeup mirror. Oh, this is still left burning, I guess, for... Oh, that's sweet. A small vial, you say? No, Byzantium doesn't exist yet, Orloff. It's 65 CE. Okay. What was her escape plan? Oh. This was not the first time the Golden Rule had been applied.
What have you discovered?
A letter that said she was
What?
escaping.
Really? I swear, I searched her room top to bottom and never saw that. I wonder how I could have missed it. Strange, but well done, I suppose. But it's odd. It was only a few months ago that Scintilla's friend Yulia let slip she was planning an escape of her own. And yet, Yulia's still here. You should go and speak with her. Find out if she knows anything. She lives in the villa next door.
Orlov, it's unclear when the city got settled. All we know is that it was settled before these people got here, and these people got here 7 months ago.
What now?
Tell me about yourself, Horatius.
I'm a legionary of the 1st Italica, but there's not a lot of fighting down here. So the magistrate has assigned me other duties. I act as the magistrate's right-hand man, keeping an eye on his daughters. Daughter, I should say. And the others, and making sure they're all behaving. I also keep a register of new arrivals.
How'd you get here?
I'm from Liguria, up north originally. I was doing alright for myself. 12 years into my service. Had a nice girl lined up for when it was all over. Not anymore. She's probably figured I'm long gone and moved on by now. I try not to think about it. My commander sent me to deliver a message to Rome. While I was there, I thought I'd do something nice for my girl, and pick up a little pendant from a silversmith. That's when the crowd started flooding through the streets, shouting fire. People screaming, trampling each other. Then some Genetricum fugitor tried to take advantage of the chaos and pinch my pendant. I remember chasing him through the crowds, down towards the river. And then, nothing. Blacked out and woke up near here. No idea how I ended up floating so far downriver. But I'm fortunate to be alive, I suppose.
Just like me. Sorry to hear that, buddy.
Don't be. As Seneca the Younger said, difficulty strengthens the mind, as labor does the body. That said, Scintilla's disappearance has been more difficult than I'd care to admit.
Oh, you were the one who was fucking her.
He's one of the better commanders I've ever had, that's for sure. Good stoic. Lives by Seneca's words. Treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Can't ask for much more than that.
Do you know how to get out?
I went around asking the same questions when I first arrived. Never did find a way out. But I learned how to accept my situation. To bear trials with a calm mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden. That's from Seneca the Younger, if you're interested.
You're in love with Seneca the Younger.
I don't see why not. Just make sure I get it back by tomorrow.
Buddy, there won't be a tomorrow. Okay, Aurelia, Tavern Keeper. Go Aurelia. Claudia is the wife of Malleolus. Okay. Decius is a merchant. Domitius is a commoner. And Malleolus is guard. Okay. Julius can't work and is imprisoned in a warehouse. Free this man. Equitia is a Vestal priestess. Fabia is a commoner, is a baker. Galerius is our farm. We met Galerius. Go Galerius. Georgius is a merchant. Hannibal is forging for his duty is to forge for scrap, and he died. Oh no. Yep, you're the guard. Kabash is the fisherman and disappeared. Yulia is the debt bondsman to Malleolus. Livia is a hairdresser and doesn't want to work. Millennials these days don't want to work anymore, guys. Lucretia is a nurse. Malleolus is a moneylender, not to be trusted, allegedly. Naevia is a physician and has locked herself in the palace. Octavia is cleaner slash gardener. Rutius patrols the slums and is kind of losing it. Sentia is restricted to her villa for her safety. I don't know, I feel like... Wait. Does that mean that her dad thinks that she's like... Wait, does that mean that her dad thinks that, like, she is going to be, like, a nervous wreck or a danger to herself and others? That's what it sounds like. Because there's no crime in this city, right? So there's no reason for him to restrict her based on that. Yep, Sentius, Ulpius, another debt bondsman to Malleolus. Virgil is the architect. Okay. Thanks.
Of course.
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
As I always say, it's kind of like a divine version of the practice of decimation in the Legion. By threatening to execute 1 in 10 men, the idea is to ensure order and discipline among everyone. And it works. If you knew you could be executed because your brother-in-arms is planning a mutiny, well, you'd bloody well watch him like 100-eyed Argus, wouldn't you?
I would join him.
The chance of saving yourself is to stop bad things before they happen. Makes us all responsible for keeping each other in check.
The bad things are defined.
But effective. The Legion wouldn't be the most formidable force in the world without it.
Do you think you could beat the Han army? Do you really think you could beat the Han army? This guy thinks he can beat the Han army. Where I'm from, that's a war crime.
War crime. Isn't that a contradiction in terms? As Cicero said, in times of war the law falls silent.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't disagree with you. War itself is so criminal that the concept of a war crime is like kind of not ideal. But also like like war crimes are bad. Let's avoid doing any kind of war crimes. Like, wait. Why are you red? 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 Stop being red. Stop being red. The connection-o-meter. Okay, it's green now. Yay. Yeah, no, like, yeah, war is bad, but war crimes are, like, real bad. I do agree with him, though.
Perhaps we'll make a legionary out of you yet,
War crime is a contradiction in terms.
if you like.
I know who he's gonna vote for. Let's talk about Scintilla.
This is that of yours.
I'm looking for her.
A lot of people have been looking for her, but it's been 3 weeks, and we've found nothing. What makes you think you can do better?
Sometimes fresh eyes help.
I suppose that's true.
I know what you did to her. No. Let's. We can do that in the future. Did you notice anything suspicious?
Scintilla was a kind, well-behaved young woman. I admit, her disappearance really caught me off guard. If anyone knows something, I'd expect it to be Sentia, Malleolus, Claudia, or Domitius. But none of them will tell me anything. You might fare better, though, I suppose. Fine.
All right, that's all we need to know.
Please keep an eye out for anything that might lead us to Scintilla.
Well, she is Sentia minor. Don't know if that means she's A minor though. Oh, we can jump up there. Come on, let me do it. I want to hear the statue talk to me. Statue, you're not talking to me. This is so sad. Okay. Do I have, like, a map? I do not have a map. We are mapless. We are without map. Door. Curtains that are walkable through. Huh?
Are they?
Alright. I have questions. Who are you?
What were you two talking about?
What?
Don't play dumb. I saw you. Having a shady little chat with old man Sentius up on his balcony. If he's making a last-ditch effort to pick up votes by talking to a woman, he's even more senile than I thought. Everyone knows women can't vote.
Oi there. Yeah, no, I agree. It's weird the way that like English uses. Why are you dropping 2/3 of the frames again? God damn it. Nothing's happening and it says you're at enough kbps. What's happening? Whatever. We weren't talking about the election.
What else would you be murmuring about on election day?
The golden rule.
Malleolus is going to be magistrate by the end of the day. And if I tell him you've sided with that feeble old has-been, that you've been trying to undermine his hard-won victory, you'll have picked the wrong patron. Got it?
I don't care about the election.
Good. Then stay out of it. Nobody likes Caput Murday foreigners interfering in an election.
Yeah, great. Can I ask you some questions?
Can't hurt.
Who are you?
The name's Domitius. You want to get to Malleolus, you go through me.
I'd like to meet him.
Too bad. He's busy. Unless... No. You don't look like you could afford it.
For what?
I'm glad you asked. See, he's a busy man, and this is an important day. He'll be inside practicing his victory speech for tonight. Left me strict instructions he doesn't want to be disturbed. So if you want to see him, I'll need something valuable in return.
Is soliciting bribes No. What did you want?
Dunno. Something good.
I'll see what I can
Just
do.
make it good.
So... I know who he's gonna vote for. I need to speak to Yulia. Where is she?
Had to carry her to Lucretia's clinic this morning. Shrine of Apollo. She was acting sick. Faking it, if you ask me. Typical.
No, see, Orlov, it's not a bribe. It's a donation for the goodwill of the future magistrate, you see. For the effective running of the city. You know about Scintilla?
Listen, I don't abduct women. They come to me. And they keep coming back. If you know what I mean.
So subtle. Cool.
I think it's gone on long enough. And Malleolus is going to put an end to it once he's elected.
What does that mean?
He's going to announce it in his victory speech. Just you wait and see.
Why can't you tell me now?
Because if I tell you, and it gets out, it'll give old man Sentius a chance to interfere in our plans. And we can't have that.
Great, can I help?
We've already lined up the votes he needs to win. Just stay out of our way, and we won't have a problem.
Cool.
Whatever. Just remember, I'll be watching.
Oops. Another ink jar. Another ink jar. Incredible. What's... Oh, someone's drawing feathers. Is that a birdie? No, those are leaves. Is that a birdie or is it a fruit of some kind? Curious and curiouser. I can. Can you say something more useful? Yep, another poorly ventilated stove. Octavia's chest with a note to Octavia with directions to a secret shrine. Okay. Enter the caves behind the theater, then turn right at the first fork and the second fork. Okay, I'm sorry I could not risk discussing this with you, and may the Lord bless and keep... Oh my god, these are Christians. Orlov, they're Christian. I'm stepping on the art because I'm very undexterous, you see. Well, it's 65 CE. Jesus happened. But you may not be able to worship openly here, but know that you're not alone. Uh-huh. So Octavia is Christian, and she's not the only one.
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
Who are you?
Oh my. I take it people are quite direct where you're from. I
Something
suppose
like
it's
that.
quite charming in its own way. Usually, however, you wouldn't simply march up to a Vestal priestess and without due formality or courtesy ask, "What is your story?"
Sorry.
The proper approach would be to arrange an introduction through a mutual acquaintance in high office, by which time you would already know how to address
We
me.
don't have time for that.
And then you would find a way to satisfy your curiosity rather more indirectly. But to be honest, I've often thought what an unnecessarily formal way to communicate that is.
I like her.
So, let's do it your way. You just keep being yourself and ask whatever you like. It'll be a refreshing change.
So how'd you get here?
No, I'm not entirely sure. But what about you? How did you end up here?
Some lady called Karen dragged me out of a river, told me to come in here, and then I came in here, and now I'm 2,000 years in the past, which I guess, from your perspective, I'm from 2,000 years in the future, and I have a flashlight. Do you want to see how cool my flashlight is?
Karen, you say? And nothing about that name seemed odd to you.
It's not uncommon where I'm from.
Older. I see. I wonder if... No.
What were you gonna say?
Apologize. I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just that you've got me thinking. Have you spoken with any of the others about how they arrived here too? I really think you should. Go around and ask them what they remember and see if you notice any patterns.
You're being coy.
I know. I just don't want to see what happened to Livia happen to you too.
What happened to Livia?
Up until a few weeks ago, she was a perfectly productive member of our little community, darning clothes and cutting hair. She was always so chatty, always seeking out newcomers and asking them where they were from and how they wound up here. And then, about a month ago, she suddenly changed. She withdrew, stopped working and became despondent, started muttering to herself. Galerius and I visited her to see how we could help, but she just looked at us with this haunted stare, called us bloodless shadows, and told us we were ignorant of some pattern. Look, it could be unrelated. Perhaps she simply fell ill. Or, as Galerius suggested, the weight of the golden rule was too much for her. But there is a small chance that she learned something, saw a pattern nobody else saw, and that it broke her. I just don't want to see that happen to you. So be careful, will you?
Okay.
Thank you. Now, go and follow the thread of truth through this labyrinth, and come back to me if you discover any patterns.
Alright, I like this quest.
Once you've acquainted yourself with the rest of our neighbors.
Wait. I have more questions.
Ave again. Did you find what you need? Let's do it your way. You just keep being yourself and...
What's a Vestal Princess?
You really don't know? You are from far away, aren't you? Well, I am one of the priestesses, charged with keeping the sacred flame in Rome's shrine of Vesta burning. I take it you know who Vesta is?
No.
Vesta is the mother goddess of hearth and home, and the guardian of the Roman people.
So what do you do?
Put simply, I tend to the temples, ensure their sanctity is preserved.
What? This is clearly like some segue kind of thing. I have to go and make sure that I sanctify the temples. Why?
Why? So that we continue to honor our gods, invite their blessings, and not bring their wrath down upon us, of course. It's vital that we keep them appeased and remain in their good graces.
So do you know how to get out of
I
here?
don't, I'm afraid. It seems to me we're exiled here until the gods judge us, one way or another.
What do you think about the rule?
I'm quite sure it's the work of the gods, which is strange because they've never been particularly concerned with our misdeeds, as long as we've kept the peace of the gods. We asked for blessings, for good health, bountiful harvest, military victory, and in return, we offer praise, wine, incense, or animals. But here, it seems they require much more of us. I find myself reminded of an especially pertinent tale from our great poet Ovid in his epic Metamorphoses. Would you like to hear it? It is rather long.
Is there a short version?
I suppose so. Jupiter and Mercury put a town to the test by disguising themselves as vagrants and asking for shelter there. Everyone turned them away and failed that test, except for an old couple named Baucis and Philemon, and so the gods gave them time to escape and granted them a wish, and then wiped that town off the map. Some say the moral of that story is that we must all honor the sacred rituals of guest friendship, the reciprocal obligations owed between hosts and guests. But I like to think it's that we should always show compassion for those less fortunate than ourselves.
Yeah, that's just what I was thinking. Maybe it's that the gods might kill you whenever they want, if you fuck up their test. That's what it sounds like to me.
A cynic philosopher might take that view, but it's not entirely invalid, I suppose.
So what's the election
It
going?
must be completed by dusk, just the same as any other official business. It'll be between Sentius, the incumbent, and Malleolus, the challenger. Why do you ask?
Who's allowed to vote?
All of the male citizens who are willing and able to attend, unless they're running, of course.
Okay, that's like 8 guys, right?
That's just the way it's always been, I'm afraid. It never sat right with me, either. There are some women who can vote, Vestal priestesses like myself, but in this case, given my role overseeing the election, I've decided to abstain. I can't allow the perception that I'm being anything but fair and independent, but if it's any consolation, there are other ways to influence the outcome of an election.
She's right, there are. What's your role in the election?
I'm responsible for announcing it and making sure the procedures are followed.
Can I nominate someone else?
You can, assuming they're eligible and willing to accept the nomination.
Okay, that could be useful.
As I said, I'm planning to hold it before dusk, but I suppose I could hold it sooner, if there's a good reason.
Never
As you
mind.
wish. Certainly.
Alright.
Come back to me once you've acquainted yourself with the rest of our neighbors.
Alright. Guess we gotta get asking. You did say something more useful. Thank you. What a kind statue lady. Oh yeah, that's where I was. No, was it? Yeah, that's where I was. No, because they interpret the golden rule to be, you know, follow Roman law. And if you're not following Roman law, then you're going to fail the golden rule, you see, Orlov? It's a shit sandwich. No, I've taken enough fall damage already. No, thank you. So I do need to get to a theater. Is that listed somewhere? I guess I can check again. The cave's behind the theater. Okay. Then right at both the first two forks. Actually, no. I'm gonna antagonize you.
Couldn't stay away, huh, lovely? Listen, I don't abduct.
I think you're hiding
You
something.
don't know Sturkus.
Guess Sturkus means shit. Okay, that was not useful.
Whatever. Just remember, I'll be.
Wait, hang on. Let me.
Couldn't.
What is your story?
Domitius. You want to get.
Why are you a gladiator?
Why? Because I am a gladiator. That's why.
But there's no arena.
You want to see me fight? Keep running your mouth, fatuous cunners.
I see.
Whatever.
Okay. So that was, that was who? That was Aquitia. Okay. Yes. I want to help you. Oh, that's not ideal. Who? Oh, are you? No, stranger.
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step.
Hi.
Can't talk long. Got to stay sharp, but family's from Solution on Tigris, Babylon province. But I've been roaming a long time now. Even joined the legions. The 6th. The one they call Ironclads.
How'd you get here?
Same way as everyone else.
I see. Why are you still wearing your armor?
Because we're all in grave danger. Is it not obvious? Magistrate made me toss it in the chasm. Stupid. Going to have to improvise now.
You don't like talking.
If you were dealing with what I am, you wouldn't be either.
And what is that?
None of your business. Introiti ipsum commensura.
Okay.
If we have to.
Do you know how to get out of here?
If I did, do you think we'd be having this conversation?
What do you think about the rule?
I'll tell you this much. I hate the fact that my survival depends on the common sense of other people.
I know the feeling. I've lived through a pandemic. God damn it.
Then you know what I'm talking about. I mean, all these people just bumble along like nothing's wrong. While we're one bad decision away from being wiped out. Like the last lot of people who lived here. Seems like I'm the only one ready for what's coming. Whatever that is. And when it hits, it's everyone for themselves. You've been warned.
You claim to be ready, but I don't think you're ready.
I don't know. But did you ever get the feeling some of these statues are watching us when we're not looking? Like they're waiting for something. I don't like it.
I don't think the statues are the ones antagonizing us. But I do get the feeling.
Of course I am.
Who are you voting for, Rufius?
Meliodas. Not sure I his daughter in a city without sin. How's he going to protect us?
Okay.
Fine.
Actually, wait, I'm curious.
Meliodas? No.
Okay.
Whatever.
Alright, thanks, buddy. Okay, so I can go there, which is looks like towards the some place. I guess that's towards the like original place. And that looks like it would be up towards the Shrine of Apollo, I'm guessing. So let's investigate over here. This is a big door.
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient and a dear friend. Yulia. She was a good woman.
What happened? I was gonna chat. Should I come back later?
No, now it's fine. I can't afford to wallow here. And I need the distraction. What's on your mind?
What happened?
She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally I'd treat her with resin of silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here, with the golden rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath.
It sounds to me like this man is breaking the golden rule.
Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really just one thing you can do. Get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day or in the next hour. And I will not allow this to happen again. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that genetricum fututo and scratching his eyes out.
I don't see what I can tell Xentius I suspect Lucretia. I mean, I don't know. I suspect that guy. Okay. Can I check my...
Well, come back.
Okay.